Hello folks, I'm Dean from Dean's Drywall Tips and Tricks. I want to do a video today for anyone that's looking at and planning new construction or a major renovation to a house or apartment or complex or whatever. We're doing a unit here, and we design and build these suites, hotel suites. And I just want to go over a simple little thing that's back blocking for different things that often gets overlooked when it comes to construction methods and designing, and yet it's very, very important in the finished product as to how secure some of your fixtures and stuff are. I'm going to take you walk around, show you some of the stuff that we've done. First of all, I've made a list of things that require blocking in most cases, and it's quite extensive. When you're dealing with towel bars, toilet paper holders, grab bars, handrails, coat hooks, shelving, if you have safes, wall safes, or small safes for closets and stuff, fireplaces, wall hung fireplaces, large screen TVs, curtain rods, central vac wall outlets, mirrors, headboards, some headboards that get fastened to the wall in your bedroom stuff. Some light fixtures and chandeliers need extra blocking and stuff. Large paintings, artwork, sliding barn door hardware for over top a typical door. Usually never has as much blocking and support behind it as needed. Coat hooks, and even what we do here in our suites and our walk-in showers is a footrest. And a lot of pressure goes on these, and you need blocking for that as well. So there's just a snapshot. If you're planning new construction or reno, take a look at these items and see if there's anything there that you're going to be installing new. You might want to look at some typical behind your gyprock blocking between your studs for extra support. It can save you a lot of headaches down the road. I'm just going to walk through our unit here and give you a couple of ideas. For example, we got a patio door here. Now we got the gyprock up, but in many cases over the years we finish these projects, come in and go to hang the curtain rods, and we find out that there's nothing very supportive in behind the gyprock to fasten to. Now this is an ICF addition that we built onto one of our buildings, and if you're familiar with ICF, it's foam. Great construction methods. However, it's not very supportive in behind as far as refastening things go to it. It's about 3/4 inch foam before you hit the plastic ribs that you can screw into, and the plastic ribs aren't as wide as a 2x4 or a 2x6, and they strip easily. So what we do is we cut out little grooves, just a couple inches to the side and a couple inches above, and we'll put in a piece of 1/2 inch plywood, you know, like maybe an 8x8 or a 10x10 piece of plywood in the corners, and we also do it in the center, both corners. And it doesn't have to be fastened very well, because when you go to put your curtain rod up, you're going to screw through this gyprock. So all your screw has to do is just bite into the plywood, and then it's going to pull itself to the back of the gyprock. So the plywood that's there just has to barely be held in place until you get your gyprock up. And the other thing too with ICF, you have to be careful with the foam. You can't use regular adhesives. Some adhesives will eat the foam. So I think it was PL 300 is a foam board adhesive, which we also use behind our gyprock. So as far as back blocking, curtain rods is something you want to look at. Another thing in this suite here, we're building this accent wall, and on the accent wall here we're going to mount a 65-inch flat screen TV, and these things are huge. I've got all the measurements written down here on the panel. The TV itself is 58 inches wide, 33 inches deep, or high, and about 3 inches deep. And what we do, we've got some soundboard in behind here, and then we're going to mount 3/4 inch plywood here, and then even behind the plywood we're going to screw and use some PL Premium and put some 2x6 or 2x8 blocking in behind, so when we mount the bracket for the TV, These brackets come with big bolts, and it takes a lot of pressure, especially TVs where you have kids and different seating arrangements where the TV may be pulled out a lot and twisted and turned and angled different directions, and everybody's using a different angle to view their TV when they're watching something. Over time, these bolts can work loose, and the last thing you want is your TV falling off your mount. Likewise, on this accent wall, we got a power plug here, and there's going to be a wall mounted fireplace right here on the wall below the TV. Here again, these fireplaces are pretty heavy. You know, it can be 60 to 80 pounds. And behind our gyprock here, you can see the pencil layout, and we've got 2x8 blocking in behind here, pretty much planned for where our screw pattern is going to be. This is the bathroom wall here. Inside the bathroom wall, this is some 2x8 blocking that we put up in place for some coat hooks that are going to be just outside the shower. And this blocking is very simple. It's just odds and ends of scrap stuff that's left over from the project. You can use 2x8s, 2x6s, 2x4s, half-inch plywood's great, 5/8, 3/4, it doesn't matter. And it doesn't have to be very secure, because when we gyprock the other side of this in the bathroom, like I say, when we mount the coat hook and the screw bites into your wood, it's going to pull the gyprock and pull the blocking together. So it does not take much strength to hold that in place. Likewise, in our bathroom here, this is going to be our walk-in shower. And down in the corners, we put these angle footrests. So when you're showering, you can wash your feet and your legs, and the ladies can shave the legs. So we put a footrest. Well, you know, you think about it. When you put your foot down on something and then you lean over, there's a lot of pressure. So we haven't got this one installed yet, but we will take some scrap and we will block up this whole corner. The footrests are about 16 inches long, and I think it comes out about 8 or 9 inches on each side. So we'll just plan that out, and I've got it marked out on the stud here, the footrest there. So this is where our blocking will go here. Likewise, a hand bar, grab bars inside showers. I mean, if you were to slip, if someone was to slip and fall, or if you're, many times you're leaning back in the shower washing your hair and you lose your balance and you grab a hand bar, if that hand bar was to come loose, it could really cause an injury. So here's another case here where we're going to put really heavy duty, probably 2x8 blocking across here where the hand bar goes. Likewise, in our walk-in showers, we put hand bars at the entrance and inside the shower. So we'll put another one here on this, on these 3 studs here. We'll go across here with some 2x8 blocking. They're 3/4 inch plywood, and this is where we're going to have a robe hook here. Likewise, on the shower wall, there'll be mirrors, and this will be another place where we're probably going to etch out. This is the ICF foam that I was telling you about. So you can either use a router, which will back cut your foam, or you can use those we have a heat gun that it's a hot gun, and it'll cut out the foam to the depth, whatever depth that you set it at. Like I say, this ICF, it does have these squiggly ribs, but it's only about 1.25 inches wide, and they can strip fairly easy. So we like to have blocking in behind. Here's another situation here where there's going to be a coat hook. And behind this wall, this is a closet wall, and there's going to be a bank of drawers here, so we've got some blocking here, so the bank of drawers will be screwed to the wall. And then up above here, there's going to be a shelf over here. When you come into the closet, there'll be a shelf at the upper section. And some of these closet shelves, over time, you store a lot of things and a lot of weight there. And then right underneath will be a hanger, a bar for your clothes hanger that will be hung on a bar. And over time, as I say, they will gather a lot of weight here. This is the back of the stairway. I'm in the back of the stairway here right now, and here's some heavy-duty blocking that we've put in place, and this is the handrail. Now here again, a stairway and handrails is another place that is very, very important to have lots of blocking, because over time, kids, adults, everything else going upstairs, and you know, grabbing and pulling yourself up the stairway here. and carrying stuff. A lot of times you carry, you only have one hand and you're trying to carry something up the stairs, and you'll grab the handrail and almost pull yourself up the stairs. So you want extreme strong blocking in behind. We've got these custom steel handrails that will come right down to the wall here, right at the bottom. And yeah, this one here is all marked out already, and there's a 2x8 blocking in behind here, and the bottom of the handrail will be bolted right here at the bottom, and then run up and be bolted to each, married and bolted to each side blocking. Very important for handrails. Another thing that we do is these central wall vac units. Here again, this is a fixture, the back fixture for, this is the plate. We've got our central vac already hooked up. Yep, okay, it's just sitting there. But in behind, this is the pipe coming out, and in behind the gyprock here is all solid wood. And then this goes into here, and normally this gets screwed right here to the 2x4s or 2x6, and that's the only thing holding this. And as you see, anybody that's used these, when these things are working, even like this here, and there's suction, it takes a lot of force to open these things. And over time, I've seen these where they come loose and they start moving, and once they start moving, then they fall apart quite quickly. So this wall is gyprock, but it's going to end up being, the reason this is on the outside and not in behind the gyprock, between the gyprock and the wood, is this wall is going to be tiled. So this is going to be glued here, and then there'll be tile over top of this, and then the plate would come out and then be put down over top of the tile. But what I'm saying is, that's just a place where it's a good idea to really block up your central vac attachments in your wall. So if you have any questions or ideas or tips that you want, even like I say, light fixtures. We've got a lot of lights in these ceilings, and here's one here. This is an island that we're going to build. It's an island, and there's going to be stools here, and there's some switches and thermostats and stuff here, and then up above comes over, and there's going to be a large LED light fixture here. Well, we've got a box mounted, but above this, even above this plywood, we've got very sturdy blocking, because these fixtures are up in the ceiling hanging down, and some of them weigh a fair bit. This is the heat pump here. Likewise, these ceiling units here as well. So just think about your plans, your design that you want, and for the most part, people can pinpoint where they're going to want their towel bars, their handrails, their grab bars in their showers and bathrooms and stuff, coat hook shelving, saves, fireplaces, large screen TVs, even paintings and stuff. Here again, these ICF walls are not very user friendly when it comes to fastening heavy items. So if you were going to put a large piece of artwork or a painting or something on a wall, it'd be wise to try and get at least a piece of 1/2-inch plywood in behind. 1/2-inch plywood, believe it or not, when you screw into that with a few thick wood screws, it's very sturdy, also too, a couple of projects that we did, and after the fact we had to beef it up, is sliding bar door hardware. Because in a lot of cases, over top of a door, the hardware for these sliding barn doors is a fair bit higher than your casing, or it's above your casing. In most cases, here's a closet door over here, you can see better. You see, in most cases, once you put your door jamb in, there's only a 2x4 edge going down, and up above sometimes just a 2x4. Now that one's got a double one on it there, but sometimes these doors only have like a 2x4, 2x6 running along here, so you've only got 1.5 inches of wood. And then when you put your casing, these casings are around 3 inches. So just above your casing is hollow a lot of times, other than a couple cripple studs over top of your doorway. So you go to install your barn door hardware, and you know the tracks have to come past your door. You know, if you've got a 36-inch door, well, your track has to come back at least 36 or 40 inches past your door. So you're bolting over to the far right here, and there's nothing there to bolt to. So this is a place, you know, where you would want blocking all across the top of your door, and at least, you know, 40-48 inches to the other side, whichever side your door is going to slide to. And here again, you know, you want to do some research and find out how high above your door. A lot depends on how long your door is. You could bring your track up as high as you want, but normally the track is above the door casing. So you want your blocking up at least, you know, 4 to 6 inches above, you know, where your jamb is. Here again, this is a bedroom, and this is a get focused here. This is where a TV is going to be inset, and the cable box goes down below here. And here we put the TV mount in place. We knew where it was going. This is 3/4 inch plywood, but also in back of the plywood we've got 2 pieces of 2x6 here running horizontally where the bolts are going to go, and we put a few screws and some PL premium. So when we mount